And we're here to do Bug Bugs. Should we say hello to the big bugs? Hello, big bugs. Can we say hello to the busy bugs? Hello, busy bugs. And a little wave for the baby bugs. Hello, baby bugs. Today I thought we could do all about Fletcher and the springtime blossoms. Now Fletcher is a little fox and he gets up to some mischief in this story, so shall we find out? The woods were full of the chirping, bustling, sing-song sounds of spring. Fletcher bounced along with his nose in the air, sniffing the just burst buds of flowers and playing chase with butterflies, with his head spinning with sights and sounds. And there is Fletcher with all the butterflies. He tumbled happily down the hill into the sunny orchard, but when he picked himself up from the ground, he couldn't believe his eyes. A soft breeze danced through the branches, carrying snowy flakes. Snow? So late in spring, thought Fletcher. It will be too cold for the buds and butterflies. There's no time to lose. Looking for someone to tell, he trotted back up the hill and passed a pair of birds cuckooing on a branch. You've flown to your summer home too soon, Fletcher cried. I've been down to the orchard and there's more snow on the way. Then we should fly back south, they called. But first we must tell Porcupine he's just come out of his bed of leaves. He needs to snuggle back down or he will freeze. Fletcher and the birds found Porcupine stretching and scratching. There's snow on the way, panted Fletcher. I saw it in the orchard. It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south and you must hide away. Oh, then I should crawl back into my bed, snuffled Porcupine sadly. But first we must tell Squirrel that he needs to hunt for food. He's eaten all of his winter store of nuts. He will need to find some more. Fletcher, the birds and Porcupine found Squirrel scampering after sunbeams. Snow is blowing in from the orchard, gasped Fletcher. It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south. Poor Porcupine needs to go back to bed and you must find some food. You're right, I've eaten my spring feast, said Squirrel, and all my stores are gone. But before I hunt for more, we need to tell the rabbits to munch as much grass as they can before the snow falls. Fletcher and the birds, Porcupine and Squirrel hurried off again. The rabbits were rolling down the hill next to their burrow. Stop playing, cried Fletcher. There's snow blowing in from the orchard. It'll be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south. Poor Porcupine must go back to bed. And Squirrel needs to find some food and you must munch some more grass. Before we eat, said the rabbits, staggering dizzily to their feet. Let's go and play in the snow. So the rabbits hoppity-roly-poly plopped down the hill through the woods. They were chased by Squirrel, Porcupine, the birds and a bouncy, full of importance fox, all the way to the orchard, where the ground was white with blossoms. Blossoms bobbing in the branches, blossoms blowing in the breeze, blossoms blanketing the ground and not a snowflake to be found. Those are blossoms, not snow, you foolish fox, the animals cried. Fletcher blinked and rubbed his eyes, feeling very silly. But then the animals scooped up pawfuls and clawfuls of blossoms from the ground and covered him in a ticklish shower of fluttering white petals. Fletcher and his friends ran and played between the trees until at last they all collapsed in a blossomy, soft, white heap. And look at all their smiley faces, they've had lots of fun. Then the birds fluttered back to their branch with beakfuls of blossoms to line their nest. Porcupine snuffled off up the slope, his quills dotted with tiny white petals. Squirrel went chasing up and down trees after snow-white petals dancing in the breeze. And the rabbits bounced back up the hill with blossoms to brighten their burrow. But Fletcher just lay smiling in his soft bed of petals, watching the blossoming branches bobbing overhead. Well done, Fletcher. So it wasn't snow after all, silly Fletcher. But that is what happens in springtime. The snow doesn't really come in springtime anymore, it's too warm. So Fletcher didn't know, did he? Never mind. Now, we have our wonderful Fireflies at Midnight poem again. So if you remember, poems are like a spoken song, and I thought today we could learn all about the bat. So here he is, and bats only come out at night, and that is why it's at darkness. I hear I see the night come creeping in. I hear I see a cousin flutter by. I hear I see the trees rise in my path. I hear I see a house where days I sleep. I hear I see in waves of sound, mosquitoes swarm, I ride a breeze, the air is warm. I hear I see, I fly I find, I near I seize. And there he is, in the sky, because they sleep through the day. And our final story for today is Maisie Goes on Holiday. Now there was a squirrel in Fletcher in the springtime blossoms, and if you have a listen, there is a squirrel in this story, and I think he's called Cyril. Shall we find out? So Maisie goes on holiday. The holidays have come at last. Ooh, how exciting. Maisie is packing her blue bag to get to the seaside. Sun hat, camera, books. What else will she need? Can you think of anything? Maisie taking the train, and Cyril is coming too. There he is, buying tickets. The station is so busy today. There he is, there's Cyril, getting their tickets. And how are they getting on holiday? They're going to take the train. Puff, puff, the train pulls away from the platform. Have you been on a train before? Maisie does some colouring, and Cyril chooses some snacks. Everyone looks for their tickets when the conductor comes, and he says, "Tickets, please." And they have to pay for their tickets. Look, we're nearly there. Can you see the sea? There it is. Look, they're looking out of the window to see this. Oh, the penguins looking as well. At the hotel, Maisie and Panda bounce on the bed. Then it's time to unpack and go to the beach. So Maisie's there in her swimming costume with her towel and her bucket and her ball. Oh, and her special hat. And Cyril's got his bucket and his spade. And what do you think they need to put on their skin to save them from the sunshine? They need some sun cream, don't they? Splash! Maisie loves to go right in. Splish! Cyril likes to paddle. I think the penguin does as well. There's so much to do on the beach. You can collect some shells and some starfish. You can build sand castles. And you can run about and play for hours and hours. At the beach cafe, Maisie has an ice cream and Cyril has a fruit juice special. What flavours has she got? I think she's got strawberry, chocolate and vanilla. Then they write postcards. Cyril writes to Charlie, Maisie writes to her friend Dottie. Our first day at the seaside was lovely, she tells her. And if you go on holiday, you can do some postcards as well. It's lovely staying in the hotel. Sleep well, Maisie. Sleep well, Cyril. Shh. And look, if you have a look at this story that Maisie's reading, she's reading The Three Little Pigs with the Big Bad Wolf. Have a happy holiday. There's lots of fish. Look, we can count all these fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little fish. Oh, well done, Maisie, and well done, Cyril. Well, that's everything for today, everybody. Hope to see you next week, and have a lovely week. Bye-bye.